So by now, we've all heard how Timbaland's remix of Apologize jump-started the career of up-and-comers OneRepublic. But that collaboration was actually years in the making. And as you're about to see, it all started right here in this building. 7 years before OneRepublic ever topped the TRL countdown, the band's future founder and frontman Ryan Tedder got his big break on the live special that aired right after TRL.
Won't you let me inside your perfect world for one night?
On the show, Ryan was one of 5 young artists competing for a record deal with Lance Bass's Freelance Entertainment.
At that time, I was trying to be a professional writer as well as an artist. And I had very few songs at that point. I had maybe like 10 songs.
Along with the MTV audience, judges Pink and Brian McKnight selected Ryan as the big winner. And while the show didn't lead to overnight success, it did get him the attention of someone very special.
Timbaland saw me on that TV show and reached out to me the following summer. And that's where the whole story begins with Timbaland.
Long before Timbaland became an artist himself, the super producer signed Ryan to a production deal, jet-setting between Miami and New York to produce and write for artists like Bubba Sparks, Missy Elliott, Paul Oakenfold, and Jennifer Lopez.
Writing for other artists and having those kinds of cuts and success is cool, but I didn't move across the country to be a producer. I ended up falling into it because I refused to do anything that wasn't music related. I sold my car, I sold my everything, bought studio equipment. I was like, I will not have a plan B. This is my plan A.
To keep that plan alive, Ryan moved back home to Colorado and refocused his energies on his career as an artist.
I ended up having years of writing under my belt, so when we started the band, it wasn't just like, hey, let's get in a garage and see if something cool pops out and see if we get lucky and write a good song.
With hit making in his corner, Ryan recruited high school buddy Zach Filkins to form OneRepublic in 2004.
When we started this, Zach and I had a long discussion in Colorado, and we're like, you know what? It's not worth doing this if we can't at least have a shot at being the biggest thing. Take it as far as it could go.
That attitude took the band to LA, where they were soon earning next big thing buzz, gaining a local following, inking a recording contract, and even playing Coachella in 2006. But just as they were about to release their Columbia debut, the deal fell apart.
I literally, for probably 5 months, couldn't listen to our record. When we got dropped, I wouldn't listen to it because I listened to it and I'd think to myself, if people don't connect with these songs, then I literally am so out of touch and I don't know music.
But this is 2007, and in the age of MySpace, bands don't need to be signed to get noticed anymore.
Out of nowhere, we took off on MySpace. And we shot up to like 15,000 plays a day to like 50,000 overnight, and happened to be right after we got dropped. So Apologize, of course, was the most popular song, and it kind of took off from there. Shortly after getting dropped, we had about 3 or 4 labels hit us up, and Timbaland called me and said, I have a new situation at Interscope, and I'd always been a huge fan of Interscope as a label.
So just as he kick-started Ryan's career 7 years earlier, Timbaland gave OneRepublic a second shot, signing the band to his Interscope imprint, Mosley Music Group.
He remixed Apologize, put it on his album. We were really hesitant at first, just because that's our first single, and we had another version of it that we all loved. But when something good happens and you've gone a long time waiting for something good to happen, you just don't ask questions, you just roll with it.
The original version of Apologize and Timbaland's remix are both available now on OneRepublic's debut, Dreaming Out Loud. A third version of Apologize that didn't make the album is a crunk remix by Lil Jon. The band plans to release that real soon.